Okafor's wife, Ada, seeing and hearing everything, hurried home to tell Okafor the news. Bursting through the doors of their humble dwelling, she found Okafor sitting by the fire. "Okafor!" Ada exclaimed breathlessly, her heart pounding fast. "You won't believe what I've heard. A new drummer has come to Igele, and the villagers are singing his praises. They say his music is even more powerful than yours ever was." And immediately, Emeka opened his bag and brought out a drum. His fingers wrapped around the one leather of his drum. A spark ignited within him. With a smile that lit up his face, he began to beat the drum with a rhythm that echoed through the palace halls. The sound was powerful, filling the air with energy and life. The king, stunned by the melody that poured forth from Emeka's drum, felt his heart swell with joy. It was as if the spirit of music itself had found a new vessel in Emeka. The king's eye danced with delight as he watched Emeka wave his magic with the drum. Before long, the infectious beats reached the ears of everyone in the palace. From the youngest child to the oldest elder, they were drawn to the source of the music like moths to a flame. As Emeka's beats grew louder and more vibrant, a sense of excitement swept through the crowd. With a joyous shout, the king summoned the town crier and instructed him to spread the word throughout the village. "Tell the villagers that a new drummer has arrived in Igele," the king declared, his voice ringing with enthusiasm. "Let them come and witness the magic of Emeka's music." The town crier wasted no time in carrying out the king's command. With a blast of his horn and a voice that rang clear and strong, he proclaimed the news to the four corners of the village. "Hear ye, hear ye! A new drummer has come to Igele. Come one, come all, and rejoice in the music of Emeka." And so, like a wave crashing upon the shore, the villagers poured out of their homes and into the streets. They came in droves, their faces lit up with curiosity and anticipation. Word of Emeka's drumming had spread like wildfire, igniting a spark of hope in the hearts of all who heard it. As the villagers gathered in the palace courtyard, Emeka's drumming reached a crescendo. The rhythm pulsed through the air, urging the people to dance and sing with abandon. And dance they did, their feet moving in time to the beat, their voices raised in joyous song. The king, overcome with gratitude and joy, ordered that 10 cows be slaughtered and a feast prepared in honor of Emeka's arrival. The palace kitchen bustled with activity as cooks hurried to prepare a lavish banquet fit for a king. Tables were laid with steaming bowls of rice, patterns of roasted meat, and trays of sweet, sticky desserts. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the village, the feast began in earnest. The air was filled with laughter and music as villagers feasted on the bounty before them. Emeka's drumming provided a soundtrack to the evening, its rhythms weaving a tapestry of joy and celebration. And as the night wore on, the stars glittered overhead. The people of Igele danced and sang long into the night, for in Emeka's drum, they had found not just music, but hope and happiness reborn. As the feast drew to a close, and the last echoes of Emeka's drumming faded into the night, the king rose from his seat. With a sense of purpose, with a solemn expression, he approached Emeka, his heart overflowing with gratitude and admiration. "Emeka," the king said, his voice resonating with warmth and respect, "you have brought light and joy back to our village. Your music has lifted our spirits and reminded us of the power of unity and hope. For your extraordinary talent and your unwavering dedication to our people, I bestow upon you the highest honor of our land." With a flourish, the king presented Emeka with a bejeweled headdress and a ceremonial staff, symbols of his newfound chieftaincy. Emeka's eyes widened in astonishment as he accepted the honor, his heart swelling with pride. "From this day forth," the king declared, his voice ringing out across the courtyard, "you shall be known as Chief Emeka, guardian of the rhythm and beacon of joy for the village of Igele. May you wear this title with pride and continue to inspire us with your music. The villagers erupted with cheers and applause, their voices rising in a chorus of admiration for their new chief, Emeka. Emeka, humbled by the outpouring of support, bowed deeply before the king and the assembled crowd, his heart overflowing with gratitude. But the king's generosity did not end there. In addition to his new title, he offered Emeka a humble dwelling within the village, a place he could call home as he embarked on his new role as chief drummer of Igele. Emeka accepted the king's offer with heartfelt thanks, his mind already buzzing with plans for the future. And so, with Emeka's chieftaincy and a newfound sense of purpose, joy and happiness returned to Igele village. The streets once again echoed with the sound of laughter and music, and the people went about their daily activities with renewed vigor and hope. Okafor's wife, Ada, seeing and hearing everything, hurried home to tell Okafor the news. Bursting through the doors of their humble dwelling, she found Okafor sitting by the fire. "Okafor!" Ada exclaimed breathlessly, her heart pounding fast. "You won't believe what I've heard. A new drummer has come to Igele, and the villagers are singing his praises. They say his music is even more powerful than yours ever was." Okafor's eyes widened in shock as he listened to Ada's words. For so long he had been the heartbeat of Igele village, his drumming bringing joy and laughter to all who heard it. But now, it seemed that a new drummer had stolen the spotlight, and the villagers had already begun to forget about him. A pang of hurt and disappointment pierced through Okafor's heart as he grappled with the realization that his legacy was fading away. Okafor, once the proud drummer of Igele village, felt a heavy weight upon his shoulders. His heart sank as he realized that the villagers had already forgotten about him, enchanted by the new drummer Emeka. So he decided to visit the king. He walked with weary steps to the palace, where the king sat in his grand chambers, surrounded by advisors and courtiers. The king's eyes widened in surprise as Okafor entered the room. "Okafor!" he exclaimed. "I thought you died." Okafor took a deep breath and told the king about the prank and how he deceived everybody. The king was so shocked and disappointed that he had to call all the villagers to hear what Okafor had to say. The villagers were also shocked to hear him. There, Okafor stood before them, his hands trembling with emotion as he recounted his tale once more. But as he spoke, Okafor realized that it was too late. The villagers' eyes were glazed over, their minds already filled with thoughts of Emeka and his mesmerizing music. No matter how passionately Okafor pleaded, it seemed that he had been casted aside and forgotten. Tears welled up in Okafor's eyes as he realized that he had lost his chance in the village. No one needed him anymore, and no one cared that he had been replaced. And so, with a heavy heart, Okafor turned away from the king and the villagers, his spirits broken. Okafor walked home sadly, his heart heavy with sorrow. Despite his best efforts, the villagers had turned their backs on him, enchanted by the new drummer's music. Day by day, Okafor's wealth dwindled until he could no longer afford even the basic necessities of life. As years passed, the weight of humiliation and shame became too much to bear. Okafor and his family could no longer endure the scornful glances and whispered taunts of the villagers. With heavy hearts, they made the difficult decision to leave Igele and seek a new life elsewhere. Their departure was met with cold indifference from the villagers, who were quick to erase Okafor from their memories. Even his wife Ada could not bear to stand by his side any longer. With tears streaming down her face, she divorced Okafor, taking their two children with her to live with her parents, because she warned Okafor. Alone and destitute, Okafor wandered the streets of his new town, his spirits broken and his dreams shattered. No longer the proud drummer of Igele, he lived a very lonely life, his heart heavy with regret and sadness. And so, as the years went by, Okafor's story faded into obscurity, a cautionary tale of the fragility of fame and the cruelty of fate. Though his name may have been forgotten by the world, the echoes of his drumming still lingered in the memories of those who had once known him. But for Okafor, the final notes of his song had long since faded away, leaving behind only the haunting melody of a life filled with loss and regrets. So, dear friends, I hope we've been able to learn one or two lessons from this story. No matter the talent we have, the strength, or whatever position we find ourselves, we should always be humble and have at the back of our minds that nobody is indispensable. Even the Bible says that God resists the proud but give grace to the humble. Until next time, bye. Thank you for watching. This is Tales by Joyful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also turn on your post notification so you'll be notified whenever we post another story. See you next time. Bye.